I'm, I don't know if you remember me, but I'm Chris Beebehouse. John and Hannah went to Whispering Winds together, and I had him on many of field trips, and Debbie and I, we were volunteer Nazis, and I have such great memories of you guys. What a wonderful family. John I have so many great memories of him. He was a wonderful little kid, and I just can't tell you how much my heart goes out to you. I'd love to go back through my photos. I know I have some of him on the bus, and he did have some stinker moments, I'm sure, but I have to look him up and make sure I'm not tagging him with one of the other kids. But he was such a blessing, and you guys are such a wonderful family. My heart goes out to you, and God bless, and thank you for your service. Love you guys.
Whenever. I'm Sergeant Donovan Garrett, U.S. Air Force. Friend, brother, wingman for John Bottom. We didn't call him John because we always use last names, so I was always Bottom. Our thing that we would always say was started from the bottom, now we're here. We would rap that. Let me see. Great person. He's a real comedian, and love that kid. We got to Whiteman around the same time. He got here a couple months after I did, and from that point on, just hit it off. Good friends, great friends, brothers. So we love him, we miss him. He would want me to keep smiling, keep being goofy, keep being me, as he was, and I appreciated everything. Thank you. Oh, okay. Am I good? Am I live? Okay. I don't know. It was already a video that we had already played at the memorial, but we couldn't play it at the other service. But one of the first times that we had met and everything, we were at a picnic, and he was telling me I wanted to get to know. There was one person who I got at this picnic, an interview of him, and it was him. And I was like, all right, so tell me about yourself. And he was telling me about himself, and then I was like, all right, so tell me about school and all this other stuff. Tell me about the principal or the teacher. Something happened. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, and this was a joke, but I was like, give me the full blow-by-blow of what happened. And he was like, actually, that's what happened, And he's like, and he starts like, I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, one of the teachers, got in trouble for, blowing and all this other stuff. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And I was like, whistles? He's like, no. And then somebody like stops us. So, I mean, that was a funny moment. That, and then that one time we got pulled over, but I don't think anybody needs to know about that one. We did get pulled over, but, we were just going maybe 10, 20 miles over the speed limit. So, I mean, it's nothing crazy. That was a fun time. I don't know. It was just goofy kid. So, Six Flags? Oh, yeah. And then the one time we went to Six Flags for Fight Fest. It was a great time. We all went up to the city. We stopped for breakfast at Cracker Barrel, and then we went up to the city. Six Flags, fun time. Rode the rides, lots of pictures. It was just a great time, great memory. So here's to you. Here's to fun times. Here's to a great memory. Thank you.
Okay, I am the neighbor, usually known as Mrs. Gatewood. Now I am known as Christian's mother because Christian was one of John Bottom's great friends. They were like brothers. As a matter of fact, we have a little picture, if we can find it somewhere within this past year, of the two of them going through a box of G.I. Joes, G.I. Joe figures, which they used to always play with together when they were little. And of course, as you know, Debbie and Jeff and everybody, we have a son named John. So we also never just said, John. We would say, hey, John Bottom's coming over. Well, look, there goes John Bottom down the street. it was always John Bottom. And it's funny because I'm hearing some of his service buddies saying the same thing. But we love John. He will be in our hearts forever, and we will miss him forever.
All right. Basically, I grew up with John, and he was pretty much just like having another brother around, so it was great. But it was extremely ironic because he's the only brother I had that was really nice to me. So the Gatewood family will love and miss John Bottom forever, and he's always going to be in our hearts.